wait. We wait, we wait, we wait. We wait, we wait, we wait. We wait, we wait, we wait. Until we get the feeling right. Until we get the feeling and we wait. We wait, we wait, 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 we wait. Until we get the feeling right. Strange couple of birds. I know they're weird, but how absurd to see lines from the show. Without her star, your moon won't glow. Quick, pass me the pipe. I find meaning when the embers are bright. Please direct me to the nearest locals only bar. Got a lot to swallow. Good intention never got me very far. Got a lot to swallow. Gets stranger each day when the party light softly fades away, and we wait. We wait, we wait, we wait. We wait, we wait, we wait. We wait, we wait, we wait. Until we get the feeling right. Until we get the feeling and we wait. We wait, we wait, we wait. We wait, we wait, we wait. We wait.
And we're switched over to the mains. Hello.
Oh, yeah.
We did it.
This feels good.
Does it feel good?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure. I'm not convinced.
I got this thing where I can't tell if it's mustache hair or microphone hair.
It's
Microphone hair, yeah.
I just want to know where the microphone hair comes from, because that just, I mean, it's dust, if anything, because it just sits in a drawer.
See, the little hairs.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, before we come in here, your cat just comes up and
Yeah.
Nice.
She,
All over it.
she,
Rubs her face.
she, actually, I very
Probably not her
intentionally,
face.
I mean, like, I let her in sometimes, but, like, especially if she's spending a lot of time in here before we start, I very intentionally, like, vacuum or kick her out to, like, before she spends a lot of time in here because of Dave's allergy.
I love you and I appreciate that.
I'd rather not be in the middle of an episode and him just like, I gotta blow my nose.
we need to
That's a
edit
great way of
edit
it.
around it.
Yeah, head around the sneezes.
Yeah. Morning! Remember, I could go louder. Welcome to Don't Be the Artist. I'm Hagen.
I'm Dave.
I'm Adam.
All right.
I was on time today.
You were on time
Yeah,
today.
I was almost late.
You
That's-
were late.
I wasn't.
He was here before
Yeah,
we started.
I was here
You had
before
to be-
Downbeat.
He was here before. Yeah, he was here. He loaded in. He's ready to go.
Yeah.
We
He
did,
said-
we did wait to start until he got here.
Yeah.
That's why. For everyone
Slight
who's
delay.
watching on live.
We don't
That's
do
why.
that for me.
No.
I fully expected to walk in because I wasn't sure how long it would take me to. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm not very mechanically inclined. Even when it comes down to putting air in your tire. So I was like, I don't know how to work this
at
thing.
least you know you need to do
Oh,
that.
I see.
Well, I
know
noticed
some people who don't know they need to do that.
they're just like, man, my tire looks a little short today.
I know
What that
somebody-
light mean?
I know someone who replaced a tire because it was like that.
Seriously.
Which like maybe was a good idea because it probably had a hole in it.
I think mine has a hole in it.
That's crazy.
Sorry.
It sucks.
That's crazy. Well, to be fair, also we would have started without you if you were
Absolutely.
if it was
If it was 8:03,
We
I
would've-
wasn't here.
But we prolonged the start for the live stream so we can talk about all the stuff we're going to talk about today because it was but
A lot
whatever.
of stuff.
But before that, let's it's been a couple weeks, so let's play a little catch up. You got a leak in your tire this weekend. Dave.
Leaky tire from driving to fucking New Braunfels.
Hey, if you take the fucking out of that, it sounds like a post-hardcore record from mid 2000s.
Leaky tire from New Braunfels?
Leaky tire, yeah.
On the way to the New Braunfels.
On the way
Leak-
to New
yeah,
Braunfels.
yeah,
It does. Yeah. Played a gig at a fancy schmancy place there, and we had a drummer that is not normally in the band. And this guy brought his girlfriend because we're from Dallas, so it's about a 4.5 hour drive. Towards the end of the night, probably playing our last two songs.
Hold on, I gotta interrupt you. I'm so sorry. He brought his girlfriend because it's a 4.5 hour drive.
She wanted to go with him, I guess. I don't know.
Is it like bringing your dog so your dog is not like? I'm so confused.
Well, just wait.
okay.
So she's standing at the front of the stage the whole gig, enjoying the tunes, and at some point I'm just like, she is either wasted or tired.
Uh-huh.
And she's saying something to our band leader, and I can't really tell what she's saying. She starts walking up onto the stage,
No
and
shot.
I can hear in her, I can hear in my in-ears through his talkback mic that she's saying, I'm going to give my man a tribute. And I was like, oh, this is going to be bad. So
Or good.
we're in between songs. But dude, this is like an upscale Chamber of Commerce type event. Like,
That's awesome.
They don't drink there.
they don't drink. If they do, it's
I
a
was
sip
about
of
to say,
wine.
How'd she get drunk though?
It was an open bar
Yeah.
because it's a low stakes open bar.
Yeah.
So not for this girl. So she starts saying, I found love. Not many people get to find love. I found love twice, and this man is I love him. And she's in the mic where she goes, he would climb a mountain for me. And the band leader comes in and goes, all right, okay, thank you for coming up on stage. I'm sure at some point everybody's done that. And he goes, all right, we got 2 more songs left. And I was seemingly the only person that noticed it. Nobody else in the band noticed it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell
Did
just
the
happened?
drummer even notice?
He barely noticed.
Oh my god.
So we told him at the end of the gig, and he was just like, yeah, I didn't even notice that.
What the fuck? That is crazy.
It was so embarrassing.
Oh my
And then
god.
she fell down the stairs
Yeah.
off the stage, took it off the stage.
Yeah.
And I took all of my gear out at once, the
Uh-huh.
cabinet, like everything all at
Yeah.
once, and walked down this ramp that was attached to the stairs.
Yeah.
She goes, careful on that ramp over there.
My fault.
She fell down the ramp, and I was like, yeah, I got it.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Holy shit. Yeah, I need that. Thank you. Wow, that's incredible. Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
That is wild. Well, eventful weekend.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, it was very
If
fun.
you want to drink a lot, go to the Chamber of Commerce.
And New
New
Braunfels.
Braunfels.
Yeah, that's the.
I think that's what it was. It was some like organization. It might not have been the Chamber of Commerce. I don't want to make anyone. I don't wanna call
No, of
anybody
course,
out.
of course, of
It's
course.
okay.
Yeah. It's all for all of our New Braunfels listeners. But yeah, I hit a piece of wood on the road on the way there, and I think that's
Oh yeah,
what's
that's how
causing
we
my.
were talking about this.
Yeah.
I think it's what's causing my low air pressure in my tire. I had to put friggin' air in my tire, and I was almost late.
Big rips.
So that's me catching up. Hagen, have you done anything very interesting? Say, I don't know, 2 weekends ago.
No,
Okay.
I had a migraine.
You had a migraine.
Yeah,
Okay.
the day after an album release, I had.
That's the
yeah. We had the Matthew the Arrogancy album release. It was awesome. It was a long fucking day. It sounds not like a long day when I actually say the hours. Like we loaded in at 3:00 and we played it at 9:30. That's like that doesn't sound that long, but it was
No.
long. It was, and especially like all the work leading up to it. It's like this is such a fucking. It's been a lot. It's been a whole lot. And I'll tell you guys one thing, and I hope that this motherfucker is listening right now. So after the show, you guys, we all went to the bar across the street. Adam came.
Which that bar sucks.
I thought it was fine.
I've played many a gig there. And
I thought it was fun.
Yeah.
I thought
it's okay.
I thought it was fun.
I tried to order food and she's like, best I can do is a Jimmy John's sandwich that we just ordered.
Oh my god.
That's so cool.
It was kind of funny, but she was just like, the kitchen closed early. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I appreciate the offer, but don't take somebody's sandwich. That seems wrong.
It's like a sports bar, you know.
Yeah,
It's like
no,
a sports
yeah,
bar.
yeah.
So anyway.
It's just in a weird spot
Yeah.
next to the Kessler.
Yeah. So, you know, I'm doing all the things I'm supposed to be doing after the show, and everyone's like, hey, where are we going to go afterwards? And I'm like, bitch, I got shit to do. Like, why do I have to choose this? And so then people in the band are like, what are we doing after? And I'm like, bitch, I don't, like...
Have they never done anything after a gig?
Listen.
It's that, unfortunately, Hagen's really good at making decisions.
So I said, because I didn't want anyone to have to worry about driving or anything like that, cars are already here, bar across the street. So then I get there, people are pissed about the bar, they don't like the bar, whatever, fine. But I get text messages while I'm loading out, come across the street, come across the street, come across the street. If any of you sent me that text message, I hate you. I hate you. That's so annoying.
I
Like,
didn't know we were supposed to do that. Nobody told me.
I don't hate you. But like, what do you think I'm
Just don't do
doing?
that.
Do you think I'm fucking in the green room just like fucking sitting around like, those idiots are waiting for me at the bar across the street.
Just be like, I'd really like to hang out in this room, but the employees want me to leave.
Yeah. But it was just a very long day, a very good day, lots of hard work put into it. I finally got like a new Square reader. I got the one that's like the scanner and the and the
Okay,
chip
yeah.
one, yeah. Because I was like,
I guess I didn't know you didn't have that because I have the extra.
Well, no, it's good. It's good because like in my backpack right there, I've got like a little pouch that has a fuck ton of cables, and then I have both the Square readers in there. So it's nice to just always have that with me.
Is
So
it
like,
still square?
it is a Square.
No,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like actually their logo, like,
Yeah.
shaped in it.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, but I, setting up merch, doing all that shit, which were really nice. Kessler had like a merch person for us, which is really awesome.
Yeah, that was really
Yeah, I
nice.
forgot that they don't always do that, but they do that often enough. That
Yeah.
seems like a normal thing for them.
It's pretty cool. And yeah, it was a great experience all around. We got like a recording of the whole night too, like a from the board.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so we,
And Tony put a recording device up in the.
yeah, and our
balcony.
photographer sat on it for the last song.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I saw our friend Mike Luzecki walking towards that part in the
Yeah,
balcony, and I was
yeah.
like, Mike's gonna knock this shit over.
But
It
yeah,
was a great show, and you guys sounded incredible.
Thank
I'm
you.
so proud of you.
thank you. It was
Your drumming on that record is killing.
Thank you.
Sounds
Yeah.
fucking great.
It's really nice to have it out in the world. I think I mentioned before we recorded that in like 2020, and it's just been kind of sitting around.
Yeah,
Um,
most of it, right?
We recorded everything in 20.
Wow.
Yeah, we might have like done a couple things in 2021, but not really much. Like it was. We might have like added some claps. Like I remember the last session we did was like putting some claps and shit on there, but it was nothing.
I mean, that's what you have to wait to do that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You need
Otherwise
fresh
it doesn't
claps.
sound the
Yeah.
same.
So it was
These are old claps. What the hell?
it was a record that had been sitting around for a long time, and just like, yeah. So very happy it's out, and for those who haven't listened to it, go listen to it. But it's done now. It's on to the next. I don't know.
Been there, done that. Got the tattoo.
I got the tattoo. You can't see it, idiots. It's on the other side of me. I'll turn. I don't even know it's gonna pop up on screen. Well, it kind of pops up.
That one.
Yeah, it's the one that's all bright on my arm
It's
there.
that one.
For the audio listeners, it's a skull that says Mattis on it.
It
But-
looks like the skull is the bleeding blue blood.
Yeah, it's very, very cool. So got the tattoo, can move on now. I'm done.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been
Sad you quit the band.
Yeah, I was sad to hear about that.
Yeah.
yeah. It was also a whole new thing because I had to play piano on the gig as well. I don't think I talked about that on the show, did I? I don't think
Nope.
I did.
Because
Yeah,
it was
I
a
don't think
recent, it was a pretty
yeah,
quick shot that you're
Yeah.
like, I'm playing piano.
yeah.
And Adam and I were like, whoa, all right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
you talked to us just like after the show.
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And you sounded great.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a whole thing. It was a
It
whole
was
like
very impressive.
All
Thank
the co-hosts,
And everything.
past, present, and future were there.
That's true.
That's true. Yeah,
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. I had one of my best friends from kindergarten there. I haven't seen in years. It was very cool. So yeah,
Yeah.
it was a good time. Very good time.
Great
So
crowd. Great
yeah.
group of people.
so moving on past that, Adam, do you have anything exciting to talk about? Any
No,
life
I was about to
updates?
say I've done nothing. That's great.
Excellent.
But Adam jumped to, but he was very quick to be like, hey, I have the fix for your tire if you need it.
Yeah, it's
I
true.
do have that.
Yeah.
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 I appreciate that.
It's really just because I went to go fill up my tires on my old car once.
Yeah.
And they were like charging for air now, and I was like,
It's
"Fuck
$2.
this! I'm never doing this again."
Actually, and I might have paid for it twice because
Oh, that's
I struggled to figure out how to do it.
Well, next time if you can make it to Quick Trip, it's free.
Is it
I was
free?
gonna say, yeah.
Yeah.
It is, and everywhere else is like $2-3.
Yeah.
Well, the 7-Eleven was right. It was the
Yeah, it's
closest
convenient.
thing on
That's
the
why
way.
they're doing it.
Yeah.
That's one of those
I
like
fucking-
things where I was very much like, I don't have kids, but this is a dad moment of like, I don't want to fucking pay for that again, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna buy my own.
Oh yeah, I normally have one, but I cleaned out my trunk for this new Broncos trip. Funny enough.
Well, you know what isn't free aside from what you pay for your tires?
What?
BIS Records. So Apple acquired. Is it just BIS Records?
I think it's just
yeah,
BIS.
BIS. Yeah. So Apple acquired BIS Records. They tweeted out, after 50 years, BIS Records is proud to announce that we have joined the Apple family. BIS will become part of Apple Music Classical and Platoon. In this way, the musical treasures of our extensive catalog will be further enhanced and preserved. And that was posted by the founder on Twitter too. The
Yeah,
founder.
and just on their website and in an email like newsletter list
Yeah.
to their customers for the last 50 years.
Yeah. So I didn't know anything about this record label because why the fuck would I? It's
Yeah, I didn't either, but it's apparently super important and
yeah.
a very significant collection of recordings.
I mean, of the three of us, I feel like you would be the one to know about it.
I don't know about labels for classical music though. Like
Yeah.
that's such a weird concept to me. But this is all from from Wikipedia. But BIS Records is a label that was founded in Sweden by Robert Van Baar. It focuses on classical, contemporary, and early. And they do work on like stuff that's not already like represented in the recording world. So like they'll help recording and then so on.
Yeah.
So they recorded the complete works of Sibelius. They've done a whole lot of stuff, but that's like the big one that I can
That's
see.
the
at the top.
classical finale.
Yeah. I like finale so much more.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's a really really apparently big record label for classical music, and Apple now owns them. So they have
I think
all.
the other significant part is it was still run by its founder.
Yeah.
So this is him like handing off this like his life's work and
Mhm.
picking a company to keep running it, and it obviously is not one of the major music companies, and I think that says a lot.
And it also says a lot about the fact that, like, I still will, continue to shit on Apple Music Classical because what the fuck, why split it up? But if this guy who's been working in the industry for 50 years...
Having, like, checked out the app, it makes sense to me. It's just such
yeah.
a different
Like
way
the
to organize
cataloging?
and catalog things.
Yeah.
That
I
I
think
understand why they could put it in one app, but I understand why they don't want to do that.
we've...
What do you get, like $750 for it?
It's like closer to 1,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like
Yeah.
the reality is, I mean, like, we talked about this before. I think that like classical music has such a weird like with like talking about movements
Yeah.
and all sorts of other ways that we kind of classify pieces of classical music. It is nice to have this other way of looking at it. But I still find it to be such a it feels I don't know, maybe pretentious. Maybe that is the word I'm looking for.
Yeah.
There is definitely an angle where they're doing that on purpose.
Right. Yeah.
The other obvious thing is at some point they could start charging for it separately, although I don't think that's likely to happen.
Oh, man.
They would have had to do that already.
Yeah, that would like cool professors that
Yeah.
like at colleges who teach classical music will pay for it, and then like people who
Fucking
are
nerds.
obsessed with classical
Well,
music.
Yes, but they have a lot of money to spend on this.
Yeah,
So-
that's true. That's true. That's true. Well,
Who,
the
professors?
other, well, yeah, the people who actually buy records from this company.
Oh.
true. Yeah, that's
the,
fair.
The other interesting part to me is I don't know if we've talked about it before, but Platoon is a, I guess, recording studio that Apple purchased.
Oh,
And so
okay.
they've been recording albums that are not exclusive to Apple Music. They're just paying to record
Wow,
stuff.
that's really cool.
And I don't know any of the details on that. It's Apple is very secretive and nobody knows all the details. But I
Yeah,
think that's interesting because now they have production and distribution. Granted, just for classical technically, but that doesn't have to stay that way.
No, it probably won't. And I mean, I would imagine that some artists that might be doing Apple exclusive releases or Apple exclusive performances, because I can imagine they're gonna, if they don't already, start doing like Apple Live, like
Yeah.
Spotify does.
Oh yeah, they've done that for years. iTunes,
well, yeah.
iTunes Festival and iTunes Live and stuff.
yeah.
So maybe they'll have access to the like an orchestra or at
Yeah.
least some strings,
Yeah, or who knows what all they'll do. with it.
in-house stuff.
They may do nothing with it either. That's also the thing that
That's
Apple
true.
does is they just buy things and quietly let them go do their thing.
I mean, it
So-
seems like the owner is like they got it, like the
I
especially
think I think that is
the-
significant. The owner being the one to still
Yeah.
be there and like sell basically again his entire like life's work.
the picture he
How old's
tweeted
the
out
owner?
was like
70 something.
yeah, he founded it in '73, so like he's got to be pretty old, unless he
Yeah.
founded it when he was like a baby.
Classical.
But like the picture he tweeted out was him just like laying down on a bunch of boxes, like I'm fucking done finally.
Yeah.
like it's that kind of thing. And so it seemed like he's like, they got it, I'm done here.
I like jazz now.
That's so funny.
There is one funny aspect to this too, and that's Apple Records still exists. The
Oh
Beatles
right,
records
yeah,
label.
yeah,
Oh,
Apple's long had a lawsuit
right.
against them for a bunch of different things. Obviously, I think that's all settled at this point, but it will be very funny to me if they just turn around and go, "You guys aren't allowed to use your own name anymore. Where are you doing that now?"
yeah.
Crazy. That would be wild. Apple Music Records.
There you go.
Yeah,
That might be it.
that's just like a.
As opposed to Apple Podcast Records.
That's a fucking mouthful. Okay, so Adam, you're gonna have to help me with this one a little bit because the headline for this confused me greatly, and I had to look into this more. But so the music labels are suing an Internet Archive over their digitized record collection. So the headline makes it sound like Internet Archive. I guess that is the name of
It is the name of it.
But more specifically,
Archive.org, if you've ever had a thing linked there.
Right,
They're
okay.
known for like their like website copies of like old web pages from back in the day. You can go view like how a page was in like 1997.
it's like
Oh,
it's like the
cool.
way back machine.
It is. That's
Yeah.
what they call it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so cool.
Yeah.
So that's their thing they're most well known for, but they also do tons of just digitizing anything. So
So-
they did a whole thing about like scanning every book in the Library of Congress and a bunch of other things. And they're getting now to music that's been
Mhm.
like, I guess hasn't ever been digitized or recorded as
Right.
an impression.
Yes.
And that's apparently bad for them to do that now.
So the project that they're getting sued over more specifically is the Great 78 Project. It's an initiative developed by the Internet Archive which aims to digitize 250,000 78 RPM singles, so 500,000 songs from 1880 to 1960. So all these songs have not been digitized, and they are taking it upon themselves to digitize all these songs. Now, a number of these songs are from like very famous artists. So a lot of labels are unhappy with this.
There's probably like 9 Tupac records.
so
somehow.
like they're basically claiming the Great 78 Project functions as a quote illegal record store for songs by musicians including Frank Sinatra, Ella Fitzgerald, Miles Davis, and Billie Holiday.
Are they selling it?
No, it's
That's the
they're
part
just
where
like-
the store is the confusing aspect.
Yeah.
Because they were saying like they're essentially like the Wikipedia for music archives.
Pretty much.
Yeah, so what their statement is, or their mission statement is to quote provide universal access to all knowledge. So the idea is like, hey, here you go. You can just go and you can go access this.
Yeah.
And there's specifically 2,749 recording copyrights that they're getting sued over, and the damages could be as high as $412 million.
Oh come on.
Yeah. So
That's
it's
why we can't have nice things.
it's Universal, it's Universal and Sony and other record labels, but those are the two big ones that are suing them over this.
Of course, it's those two labels.
Yeah.
Those record companies or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. I don't obviously know if they're going to be able to win or not, but they've had experience with people suing them over stuff, and it's
Yeah.
usually a case of it's fair use for them to do this.
I mean,
The courts are just like, leave them alone.
Kind of.
yeah.
It does depend. They did get in trouble at the start of COVID. They decided to not honor any ebook licenses and just make everybody can have as many copies as you want to, instead of like you have to have one copy you licensed or whatever. So they got in a lot of shit for that. So maybe this was like another bad judgment on their part.
That seems a bit more.
But that's a bit more like clear.
Yeah. I think probably the biggest problem that they'll get into is the fact that like there are these artists that they have songs from that like it's like Bing Crosby, Chuck Berry, like a lot of these people that like probably Sony and Universal just own their discography.
Yeah.
That's probably like a large part of that. So yeah, I don't know. It's
There is an aspect to this though that it's anything pre 1972 is
fair use.
fair use
Yeah.
under certain criteria.
Yeah.
And they're claiming that they're doing that, which, you know, again, not a lawyer or anything, but they probably are. It seems like that.
Right.
They're at least honoring the intent of that law versus the record labels are saying, you need to pay us for that obscure recording that nobody's ever heard of and we haven't even released because we
And
don't
have
care.
no plans to release.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the other part too, is if the labels had a plan to release all this, then I could kind of buy their argument, but they're just sitting on, you know, it's like dragons like sitting on gold and, you know,
Right.
fantasy stories and stuff. They're
Yeah.
just sitting there hoarding all this stuff that they're not even going to release.
Yeah. They can't
Even
eat
to
it,
put
they'll
on
just
the
poop it
streaming
out.
service, like
And then just wait until they can sue someone over it like this. It's like
because they
yeah.
make more money suing someone than putting it on Spotify.
Yeah.
I'll
Jeez.
sue this place.
Oh fuck.
That would be
That
perfect.
man, that would have. That damn, that's my bad. That's my
You're
bad.
not in morning Zoom mode.
No, sorry. I was trying to make sure. I was trying to get everything lined up. What I want to talk about.
You got
next.
too much responsibility, my dude.
So this headline to me is very strange, and the fact that we have to talk about this, the fact that this was a headline, and I think that it's good to talk about it, but the fact that it even existed was weird to me. Grammys ban artificial intelligence from awards eligibility. Yeah. Why is that even? What are we even talking about? Like, why? Just that alone? Was that going to be an option? So there was a song, "Hard on My Sleeve," which featured AI versions of Drake and The Weeknd, and it was like it went viral on TikTok, and yeah, so it was.
Are they being sued?
No.
I feel like that's just asking for a lawsuit.
Well, this is happening a lot. Like you can scroll on TikTok and you can find a lot of these like I never thought that a cover could be better than the original song, and it's like a AI version of SpongeBob singing "My Heart Will Go On" or some shit. You know?
Yeah.
Like a lot of this shit happens, and so
Like
people.
Frank Sinatra singing "Sexy Back."
Yeah, a lot of this is happening. The fact that it's like it seems to be some kind of like original song is kind of crazy. It I don't know, but also Apple, Spotify, and TikTok did eventually remove the track because of I guess the too close to their likeness.
Well, it's like that clip of Gary Busey talking about buttered sausage. Have you seen that? He's like, I want to talk
That
about.
sounds like an AI sentence.
It is. It's absolutely AI, but it looks like he was on a podcast.
No, sorry. I mean, it sounds like a concept that an AI came up with.
No, yeah, it sounds like something he would talk about.
Yeah. So
I just
this is-
derailed the show for buttered sausage.
oh, it's okay. Go on. What else you got?
Nothing. Your turn.
Your turn. So it looks like the idea was so this was like written by like the music was written by a person, and people are arguing that since the music was written by a person, it should be eligible. Quote, even though it was written by a human creator, the vocals were not legally obtained, the vocals were not cleared by the label or the artist, and the song is not commercially available. And because of that, it's not eligible. But a lot of people are saying, well, it still was made by a person, so it should be eligible, and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, nope,
No.
nope.
It's like to qualify for a thing of the word now, an Oscar, you have to have the movie shown in the theater. Like you
Right.
don't get to just like make a movie at home and be like, I should be nominated for an Oscar.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
I made my own theater.
Yeah.
yeah. Look at my home theater.
Yeah,
this
exactly.
counts, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, if it's in LA or New York, it probably does. If you can pretend or show that you sold tickets. That's
crazy. That's why.
that's how Netflix got around it. They built a tiny little like one-person theater.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well then, the
Yeah.
plot
They
thickens.
changed the rules.
So yeah, so basically, like, I think a lot of this ultimately comes down to the reason they stopped it was because the artist didn't agree to it. So I'm curious if the artist would have agreed to it, if it would be allowed, which still seems a little weird to me. But I mean, yeah, I don't know. Because like the big thing that they're saying was we have a moral and commercial responsibility to our artists to work to prevent the unauthorized use of their music and to stop platforms from ingesting content that violates the rights of artists and other creators. So if the artist would have, checked that on a box and said, yeah, you can use my voice for AI shit, that's fine, then is it allowed?
I guess this also is implying that the Grammys have never nominated somebody's song who samples another song that didn't clear the rights.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess
yeah,
so.
there's
Yeah,
that.
They're
That's
saying
kind of
that
the
that would
they're
implication.
the police for that.
Yeah, I guess
that
so.
Seems like I wouldn't want to do that if I was the Grammys.
yeah, I wouldn't say that.
And
Also, don't they hate the weekend? Isn't that the whole thing? Aren't we supposed to think that?
They do hate the weekend. Yes.
I love the idea.
This seems
of
like they're sticking up for him. So.
the
Yeah.
weekend's likeness winning a Grammy.
Yeah, his
Yeah.
likeness that carried his HBO show.
Yeah, but it's definitely a reaction to the SAG strikes and stuff like that.
Yeah. So the person who wrote the song, his name on TikTok is Ghostwriter977. He was a ghostwriter. He said the future of music is here. Artists now have the ability to let their voice work for them without lifting a finger. If you're down to put it out, I will clearly label it as AI and I'll direct royalties to you. Respect either way. I was a ghostwriter for years and got paid close to nothing just for music labels to profit. The future is here. Yeah, that's pretty much. He keeps repeating the future is here and saying, AI is
I
the
was a
future.
ghostwriter.
Yeah.
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 The future is not here.
I'm totally down for people to explore all these options in music creation. I think that because it's really easy for us to look at anything that's like coming up. If you go back 20 years and look at even the idea of sampling, a lot of people are like, well, they're just stealing other people's music.
Yeah.
That still is happening now. And so I'm totally down for people to explore with the idea of AI creating music. And he says that he'll direct royalties and shit. But I think that there definitely has to be, like you're saying, with like all the strikes going on, there has to be an agreement with the artists.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
otherwise you're like, that's partially what the whole strike is about. Is
Yeah.
that so?
It would be really cool though to be able to, hey, I really I want to hear Dawes make this kind of a song, and then I could just write that song and make it.
Well, that is a thing in AI that will eventually happen.
That's so cool.
Where you could basically say, hey, I love Dawes, but I would love it if they made a heavy metal record. What would that sound like? And then it could make it for you.
Mm.
Which I think is kind of cool and also kind of not cool. Because
Yes.
it's like, okay, well, we're taking this. I mean, it obviously wouldn't be the same thing because, when you remove that much human factor, it's just like, they're taking all this information and trying to create something out of it. But I think that it's never going to be what Dawes would have made if they
Yeah,
made a
of
heavy
course.
metal record. But it still is interesting to play with. It's just potentially dangerous for like the average music listener to go, oh, I can have whatever I want whenever I want it. Fuck all the other artists. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, because then where there will be a wild west period with all this AI stuff before the regulations are in place, where it's like I want AI to make me a video of Adam picking his nose and eating it, and then it'll look just like you doing it, and I'll be like, that's you. That's not. That's you.
That's you.
That's you, man.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's it seems weird that we even have to to have the discussion that Grammys is like no AI. Like that seems like should have been a gimme. But the conversation is definitely interesting about just the specific artist and kind of how they got into the whole place. So yeah, I don't know. It's a weird one for sure.
Yeah, that's a wide topic.
It is. I mean, the AI is just like it's everywhere. It's crazy.
Coming for our jobs.
Whether we like it or not.
Yes. Yes. Okay. So let's go to a happier topic, like politics.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Everyone's happy about politics.
Which one's this?
This one is his name is Vivek, right? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Vivek.
Vivek Ramaswamy? I
Yeah,
believe.
yeah, Ramaswamy. That's it. Yeah. So for those who don't know, Vivek Ramaswamy is he is a Republican presidential candidate. If anyone who watched like the debates saw,
Unfortunately.
yeah, he was trying to be like I'm not the guys like them. They're all run by money and shit.
Yeah,
I'm my own guy.
He's doing the Trump playbook.
I was gonna say, where did we hear that?
Yeah,
He's doing the Trump playbook, but nobody knows his name.
Yeah.
No one knows
So I
his
don't
name.
really see this working for him, but he is getting a lot of press for stupid shit like this.
Yeah. So to be fair, we see this all the time in campaign trails. We see this happen a lot where people will play songs and then that's not allowed. So he was playing.
Well, or it is allowed because the artist doesn't own the rights, but they are unhappy about it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. But
So-
Neil Young.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So he was using the song "Lose Yourself" while campaigning in Iowa, and Eminem sent him a cease and desist for
And
using
some
"Lose Yourself"
spaghetti.
and some spaghetti. Now,
Was he using it or was he actually performing it?
oh, he performed. That's right. He did
Because
perform.
I
It.
was
That's
gonna
right.
say,
Yeah.
this is a guy who has rapped in public, and that's his like, look at me, I'm not a businessman, I'm a rapper.
I'm
Yeah.
the rappingest president ever.
Yeah. So he did perform it. And so
Which honestly, that probably makes this so much easier.
yeah. so he sent him a cease and desist. And I mean, yeah, that's pretty much like the end of just like the gist of that. Vivek had said like, I love Eminem. Like, I love the idea of being an underdog. Like that's where Eminem came from. That's me. All this kind of shit. Whatever. And he did. I don't know if he apologized for it, but I don't really give a shit. The funniest thing about this is that after this happened, everybody was like, "Dude, you are fucking with the wrong guy." Like people were like, "Eminem wrote diss tracks for way less."
Yeah. Yeah.
Eminem wrote a diss track about his mom.
Yeah. If someone
You're-
came out with a good record that said nothing about Eminem, you'd
Yeah.
be like, no.
Yeah. Dude,
Diss
you're,
track.
you're fucking done for. Like get the shovel and start digging now because Eminem will destroy you.
Maybe that's what he's hoping for. It'll keep him relevant.
True. Hey, if that
You
works
think
for
it's a
him,
publicity stunt album?
I think everything that this guy's been doing is.
Yeah.
oh, for sure. Yeah, it definitely. I mean, just watching the debate was a
Yeah.
publicity stunt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like every couple minutes, he's like, "Go to Vivek.com" or whatever.
Yeah.
All right, man. You are old enough that you don't understand everybody's Google's everything.
Yeah, I really was a big fan of just how often he also was just like, I'm not supported by money, and then someone interrupts him and is like, just stop talking. I'm like, yeah, I hate all of you. This is great though.
I didn't even know that happened.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's okay. You didn't miss anything.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Now we actually will go to positive news. I think we should talk about the Taylor Swift film. I think that would be a good thing for us to talk about here. So it was announced. Did you guys see the lead up to this announcement?
No.
So
No, what? I thought the whole point was there was not a lead up.
there was like well, maybe I just get like the fucking Swifties on my Twitter like suggestions all the time. But
On your
like
X.
yeah, my ex suggestions, yeah. But like
I hate that shit.
there was
Twitter.
there was like some I think she must have done something cryptic, and then there was also like she was gonna be on like a talk show, and so there was like all this like speculation
yeah.
of like what she was gonna be talking about because she doesn't just go on to
Right.
talk.
She didn't just
Yeah.
finish a tour and is like, "I'm gonna go be on a talk show now." Like,
Yes, yeah. So
I guess that is one aspect is people probably did kind of figure it out because they were obviously filming all
Yeah.
those LA shows.
yeah. So they there will be a concert film of Taylor Swift's Eras tour, which seems like a no fucking brainer. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
regardless of any they should definitely do that.
I mean, I don't want to jump ahead too much, but the studios knew that they were filming for this, and
Yeah.
that there were, there was going to be a movie because of
Right.
course there was.
Yeah.
So these, a bunch of studios had been talking to them about let's talk about how we're going to do this in like 2024 or 2025, something like that,
Yeah.
and then she didn't do that.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if this is in here in your notes about this, Adam, but I'm curious because she does a different set all the time. So I'm curious if
I'm
it's
curious what they're going with.
yeah, they're gonna go with one night, or they're gonna mix it, or
I bet you they'll mix it.
it would be super interesting if they released
Six
Did-
different versions of the movie, like
Yeah.
Clue.
That would be
Oh my God.
super interesting and so Taylor Swift also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, that's one way to guarantee that it stays in theaters for a long time.
Yeah,
And you can release live records of all 6 different
Oh, that was
recordings.
that was
that's easy. Yeah, it's easy.
But
yeah.
I mean, like,
I'm amazed there's not a livefish.com equivalent for her shows.
yeah.
Yeah, so I that would be super cool if they did something like that, because watching Swifties on Twitter, they freak out depending on, like, they're like, I want to see what night I'm going to get, I'm super curious, and the whole thing is you show up dressed as whatever is your favorite era, and, like, if it's your era that you're dressed as, it's a whole thing too. I mean, like, it would be so smart of them to just release all 6 and you don't know which one you're going to get. Like, everyone guessed also with Infinity War is like you might get a different ending depending on which what theater you're in.
They
Yeah.
really should have done that.
They should have done that for sure.
I
Yeah.
really I just hope that instead they make one fucking concert DVD or whatever, and it's all the best shit.
I mean, that,
From all the nights.
realistically, that's what's going to happen.
I hope that's what it is, because I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, but I mean,
There is going to be an official version, even if there are a bunch of other versions.
yeah, I mean the thing is that, like, if they do that, they're going to be missing so much, because
Well,
there's like, it's like the amount that she performs every single night. It's a hard choice to make. I think either way would be
Yeah,
fine, and
but-
it will do great.
That is a good question. Is this going to be a 3.5-hour movie?
Yeah,
'Cause
For sure.
The answer is yes.
yes, yes.
Is it Disney?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the
No,
Oh, I thought it was. What is it?
I don't know.
Oh, it's going to Disney Plus. Okay, that's what I see.
Yeah,
it's AMC doing it in theaters
Right. Yeah.
for, I believe, 26 weeks.
Minimum 4, max
Yeah.
26. Yeah.
And then
So that
it'll be
means
there for 26
they're
minutes.
only
Yeah.
allowed to have it for 26 weeks because at 26 weeks it's going on Disney.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because I don't think that's been announced, but it's speculated everywhere that Disney's signed a deal already because they did whatever the last thing on Disney Plus was. Or,
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, well, if it has anything to do with the same people that did the Dodger Stadium Elton John performance,
Yeah.
it's gonna be fucking great.
Well, and
I mean, the main thing here is that this was produced by her team, so
Yeah.
it wasn't produced by a studio or anything. Whereas the Elton John thing was produced by Disney.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, that's not to say it wouldn't be like that, because I don't know who the director was of that. That might be the same director. I don't know all
Right.
the details about those, but the crazy thing about this whole story is that her and her team did all this kind of like not in secret, but like not telling the studios, hey, we're gonna do this. They all came to her and they were talking about, or her team obviously, about we want to do this movie in 2025 when you're done with the tour or whatever. And meanwhile, her team was like, nah, we're just gonna do it.
Yeah,
ourselves.
we're in fact
We
we're
don't-
already doing it.
We don't need the studios for it.
Yeah, it's not like they need funding. Most
Yeah.
of the time when you go to a studio, it's to help to get the budget.
The funding and like the equipment or being able to hire people, like,
Yeah.
they don't need that.
Yeah.
no, they don't need
And
any
it
of
turns
that.
out they also don't need a distributor because that's the
Yeah.
whole other part of the story is that AMC is distributing this, which is like still kind of crazy because that was like illegal for the last 70 whatever years.
Yeah, that's what you said. You have here. It would have been illegal until August 2022.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Because there was the I think it's called Paramount Dissent Decree or something like that.
Okay.
I'm fucking up the lawyer words on that. But
What, are you a lawyer?
Paramount Studios
Yeah.
got sued over distributing their own movies in theaters they owned back in the 30s and 40s.
Oh.
And so for the
Oh.
longest time, studios can't own theaters. That's all changing now because Disney and Netflix lobbied Congress to make changes and be able to own studios. So
Interesting. Okay.
there was a very like short period in the height of COVID where it seemed like Disney was going to buy AMC or something like that, and turn
Oh.
them into Disney theaters and only show Disney movies. That's because this was coming up to be expiring. So,
Interesting. Okay.
Man.
so this is AMC being like super smart
Good for them.
because they're going to be able to do this. They'll be able to do this for independent movies probably too.
Yeah.
Like
Well-
movies, not concert movies. So
Well, and that's the interesting thing here too is that this, like, you put here that this is an independent film, so it can be released and promoted under the strike still.
Yeah.
Which is wild.
because nobody worked on it on production
Yeah.
with the
What-
studio system.
Yeah. That's
Oh,
wild.
wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah. Kind of.
When does it come out? Is it not cool?
It comes out in like a month or something, right?
There's
That's
like
the other crazy aspect of this.
Yeah.
It's such a quick turnaround.
Yeah. It's kind of it's cool and kind of not cool. I would say that there's like a school of thought that's like, even though you're outside of the union system and you're not part of the studio systems, you still want to stand in solidarity and not release stuff and not do those things. But at the same time, you are independent and you aren't part of those systems, so there's not anything holding you back, and it's not like you're necessarily hurting the cause by doing this. And in fact, you might be pushing forward. So I think both. I could see it be cool and not cool. Yeah.
A24 is a big indie studio,
and they're still making movies.
Who's doing stuff because they signed a little side deal to be able to keep doing things with whatever the unions wanted, and that's mostly seen as a good thing, especially because people like in Hollywood like A24. But the other aspect is they're helping anybody who's non-union who work on these productions, either in production itself or like post-production, which is almost entirely not unionized. Those people wouldn't have anything to do right now. They wouldn't have a job. They're not in a union, so they're not going to have any support for them. So it's good that independent things are able to be released. It's a little weird calling this independent.
Yeah.
She's super,
because
super
it's Taylor
rich.
Swift. Yeah, exactly.
But at the same time, the Star Wars prequels are independent movies technically too.
Right.
George Lucas got kicked out of the union when he was an asshole in the 80s.
Yeah. I mean, the interesting thing, like with the A24 thing, I think I'd say the key difference is that like basically the union is like, yeah, you're agreeing to our terms. Right. Go ahead, go do your thing.
And they did that last time in the 2008 strikes.
Yeah.
All the late night shows came back because they were paying their staff.
Yeah.
Doing things whatever the union wanted to do. So.
And I think with this,
there is precedent for it.
Yeah.
So it's not weird. It's just this one's a weird case because it's so high profile.
I'd say that one of the part that makes me more okay with it is the fact that it's like not like it does obviously include like, you know, crew and stuff like that, but it's not like necessarily like actors and writers who are like, you know, the focal point.
The two largest groups on strike.
Exactly. Yeah. So that does make it a little bit better for sure. But it is super interesting, and yeah, you guys want to do a Don't Feed the Artist date and go see it?
That sounds like fun.
All right, we'll do
I
it.
think I want to do that.
Oh, you
Okay,
think?
You think?
Well, just let me know.
So
Well, just let me know.
Well, I don't know.
The tickets are the same price all the time. They're not allowed to change it.
I don't like Taylor Swift.
Yeah, but like, what if
Do you
we?
wanna commit to 3.5 hours of it?
That's what I'm saying. I was gonna
What
watch
if-
it from home because I could take breaks.
Yeah.
What if we go to Alamo? Is it gonna be in Alamo? I'm
Sure
assuming.
it is.
What if we
Yeah.
all go to
That-
Alamo
An hour early.
and we get drunk,
We'll go, okay.
and then we come back here and we live stream it. We live stream our reaction.
You make it sound like we didn't see the movie at all then.
No. We
You're just like,
no.
yeah,
Sorry, I'm
whatever,
saying.
get
I'm
drunk.
saying no.
Don't watch it.
Sorry, I thought that was implied. We'd watch it. We go to Alamo. We'd get drunk and watch it at the same time. We don't have to get there early. We just get there.
Yeah, it's true. It's 3 hours. You got time to drink.
Yeah, we got time. And then we come back here and we live stream our reactions to it.
If only we had a place that we could do that,
What do you mean?
like where we could live stream our drunk reactions.
It's like in a theater. Yeah.
Yeah.
If only. Except we have to wait till it's on Disney Plus.
Yeah, 26 weeks.
Yeah.
we gotta
Well,
strike
let's
while
get
the
drunk enough that
fire.
we forget.
We gotta strike while the fire's hot.
Yeah.
No, we do it both times.
There's people who have been to those shows who are like, I do not like Taylor Swift, who've come back going, Taylor Swift is the best performer of our lifetime.
I've heard a lot about that too.
So, like, that's why I'm gonna see this, because this is a production more than do you like Taylor Swift or not.
Yeah, and live. I'm going to argue that I think when concerts get that big, watching a good live DVD or live movie of the concert is in fact a better experience than going to the concert.
I think sometimes you have to be correct because crowds are the fucking worst, and
Yes.
I could not imagine being in a sea of Swifties, although they are very sweet and they all just sit and make friendship bracelets for each other. Have you seen that?
No.
There's people tailgate at Swifties, at
That
Taylor
makes
Swift
sense,
shows,
yeah.
and they all make friendship bracelets, and you walk up and you trade your friendship bracelets
yeah.
with other groups and shit like
That's
that.
so pure.
It's so fucking pure. One of the streamers and podcasters that I like, she's a huge Swiftie, and like she would tweet like, I'm at this entrance at the show, come trade friendship bracelets or make friendship bracelets with us, kind of
That's
thing.
amazing.
Yeah, super cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Can we make bracelets?
If we agree to going to Alamo and seeing the movie
Yeah, we
and then
probably
coming
have
back
to
and
do
live,
that to get in,
I think it would. I will 100% make friendship bracelets if we all agree to do that shit.
Now, the question is going to be, does Alamo allow anyone to be excited about this movie? or
What do
like
you-
a band talking and singing.
Oh, that would be
That's
bullshit.
counterproductive.
There's
There's
no,
no way
shot.
There's no way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not even going to sit there quietly.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
It's gonna be like an hour and a half in. Dave's gonna go, I just don't get why everyone likes her so much.
Yeah, she's not that good.
It's gonna be,
Oh, I write my own songs.
it's gonna be the opposite of Oppenheimer, where it's just dead silent.
Yeah. That's
That's
so
funny.
good. Yeah. So I like that. Let's skip to I think what's probably going to be one of the larger things we'll talk about. Maybe not. We'll see. So Oliver Anthony. We have not done like a news episode in a while, and he's been hot for a little bit. Not really hot so much anymore, but he's been hot for a little bit. Oliver Anthony. What do you guys know about Oliver Anthony?
I that he was like a drug addict, or he was having some problems with.
Are we about to get sued for
No.
slander or
No,
something?
that he was having trouble with substance abuse, and then the way I've been told is that he went to church one day or prayed to God and was like, "I'll turn everything around. I'll stop doing this if you just like let me make it through it." And then like 2 weeks later, he signed a record deal, or 2 weeks later, he's like famous.
Is this supposed to be somebody who we knew about before this?
No.
No,
This
no.
this
You're
this, this
making
guy.
it sound like you knew about him, but then you're like, but he's a piece of shit. Like,
No, I'm not trying to make it sound like that. Someone told me that's his story.
okay.
This guy came
I don't know anything.
more or less out of nowhere. He has half had music. I got you.
I almost got me.
so
Ugh. It turned to foam.
I believe he's released music in the past, but this is this song he released, "Rich Men North of Richmond," blew the absolute fuck up.
Has the same chord changes as "Zombie" by Cranberries.
Did not know that.
Yeah.
So this song is one of those things where if someone were to tell me this man is an industry plant, I'd go, yeah, okay, for sure,
Yeah.
for sure. Because here's why.
Depends on what industry they're asking about, though.
Sure, and here's why I think that though. So the only reason that there would like, I take in a lot of different kinds of media. I watch a lot of like, I watch primarily like if we're gonna go like political side, like leftist media, but I try to watch a lot of like leftists fighting with right wing kind of things, so I can hear every single side.
I
of
try to
everything.
watch a lot of people arguing.
I do.
MSNBC.
Yeah. So I try to take in a lot of different kinds of stuff, and then for this show, I in the last like few months also researched like Jason Aldean and other country music. So there is a chance the algorithm would send me this anyway. But oh my ever living fuck, was this song all over my feed for no reason. I don't understand why it was there. And so like I'm that's the reason I would say that if someone told me he's an industry plant, I'd be like, yeah, because there's no reason why this guy should literally be the only thing on my like suggested shit. It's wild. But it came out of nowhere. It became the #1 song on the iTunes store,
I was about to ask.
which is a hilarious thing because who the fuck is still buying music on iTunes?
I thought it was gone. I thought it didn't exist.
Old rednecks.
Old rednecks. That's
Oh,
exactly
God.
it. Because the songs that were
That doesn't
below it.
mean any like judgment on anybody who's buying stuff on iTunes for what.
No.
No.
Buying music is fine, but buying it on iTunes is kind of weird.
It's so weird. Let me see.
Most of the stuff on the iTunes store on my phone are ads for Apple Music and Apple Music Classical, not actual music that you can pay for.
So,
So
so
real quick,
yeah.
I just got a text from my wife that apparently the live stream is hearing the audio from outside of the microphones.
Oh, cool.
That's good.
Like from this computer, probably.
Yeah, probably.
So Adam's really loud.
Yeah, that happens sometimes, right?
You might lose it for a second.
Yeah.
Hey, worked right away.
Hopefully that's better.
Should be. Nice, easy fix.
We've done that before. It's,
Yeah.
Yeah.
The handling of audio inputs on macOS is pretty shit. So
Hey, check this out.
So that means they probably didn't hear the air horn.
Nice calm.
I haven't heard any
There's
of
the
that.
first sound for everybody. One more time.
Nice calm.
Very good. Hey, for the people who are in chat who didn't just text us right now, who have been listening the whole time, see me after class.
Yeah.
See me after class. Chat. Say something. Holy fuck.
Ian, why didn't you say anything?
Nice cock my ass. Are you kidding me? Jesus
Ian's just
Christ.
listening on mute.
Heather said she jumped in late and she was like, "Hey, just so you know." I'm like, "Oh, cool."
Yeah, Heather, you don't have to see me after class. Every
have to see me after class.
Every single. I know. The viewer count went down right after I fucking fixed it.
It did, yeah.
But for every single person, if you come back in here, come see me after class. Call me, text me. We gotta have a talk about. I lurk in chats all the fucking time. That's all I do on live streams.
But you would say something.
if there's
Immediately.
if I'm watching,
Was it if you hear something, say something?
yeah, exactly. If I'm in
If you
a
can't
live
hear
stream
something.
that's 4 people and there's an audio issue, it won't hurt to go, hey, by the way,
Yeah. Just so you know.
I appreciate that you didn't mind, Ian. Sorry for the audio listeners. You got no change in this. I got
No,
triggered.
this is why listening to the audio podcast is superior.
or
As the audio podcast listener guy.
Yeah.
or not watching live streams of podcasts, just watching the VODs.
That's fair, yeah.
That's the dub, because then I can just edit that.
He said it didn't think it made that much of a difference.
He's not listening for the audio quality.
Yeah.
Are you gonna tell me? Are you honestly?
Are you sit here and tell me
Are you gonna tell me that without this,
I faulted?
like, we need that?
Yeah, that's an important part of the show.
I fucking did such a timely one of these. Like, what?
Wait, you did?
I did. It was when you said I don't remember. It was something funny.
Oh, you did, yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I'll sue this place.
Catch up real quick. 100% notice the difference. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah.
And
We'll remember this next
and
week.
this goes doubly for my mom if she's watching.
Yeah, Mom.
Call me after this. Let's have a conversation. Okay, Oliver Anthony.
This song is still number 1
Yeah.
on iTunes.
Mhm.
Damn.
It's crazy.
I was just looking and it's just above Jimmy Buffett.
Yeah. So let's.
upsetting.
That is
That's
upsetting.
funny.
Yeah. So let's dive in to the lyrics for a second.
Yes,
I
please.
haven't listened to the song.
Okay.
I'm
We
not
can listen to a little
interested
bit of
in
it.
I-
destroying my recommendations. So
I don't want to listen to it. we can.
Oh, yeah, no, we don't have to.
So I'm gonna do my classic. I'm gonna read the lyrics.
In this voice. All right. So,
for some reason, I was expecting the news music. I don't know why.
I've been selling my soul, working all day, overtime hours for bullshit pay. So I can sit out here and waste my life away, drag back home and drown my troubles away. It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me and people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is. Living in the new world with an old soul. These rich men north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just want to have total control. Want to know what you think, want to know what you do, and they don't think you know, but I know that you do. Cause your dollar ain't shit and it's taxed to no end. Cause a rich man north of Richmond.
Wait. We need to hear. I have to say this. The third verse.
Sorry.
That wasn't the whole song?
No, God.
2.5 minutes long.
I was going to submit that to the iTunes store. See if we can make number 2 or 3.
This is a real lyric. He says, "Well, God, if you're 5'3" and you're 300 pounds, taxes ought not to pay for your bags of fudge rounds."
Right, and then but at the
It's a
top of that
normal
verse,
far right talking point.
at the top of that verse, you miss the "I wish politicians would look out for minors," like it's spelled like coal miners, and not just minors like kids on an island somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit! He said the song's not political. What is that
Wait.
doing in the top of the verse?
Hold on. He said this isn't political?
He said that he has no political, and he said that this is the CNN article I have. He says he hates to see this song weaponized, like as a political weapon.
So what he's saying, yeah,
That's because he's mad he's not getting money from it.
No, he probably is
no,
making
he's
a
making
lot of
so
money.
much
Well, I mean,
fucking
like
money.
the money from the right people.
Oh
Sure,
yeah.
yeah,
But
yeah.
the thing is I think his point was that he's talking about all the people in politics, not the Republicans, not just the Democrats, all of them, and
Well,
he's not pointing out
but he-
one.
but he
That's-
said-
that's
said-
what he claims.
yeah, he said that it was played at the 2024 Republican presidential primary debate.
It was.
He said that
That's how I knew about this song.
yeah,
yeah.
he said that
he thinks it's funny.
He said he found it funny, and it's written about the people on that stage, just like, whatever. But it's like, dude, it's crazy to me that I don't know, like it's not shocking that every single like person on the right is like, this is my fucking anthem.
Yeah.
Because he also is like, I'm writing this for the little guy, but like you're using he's using charged language that's talking about like a lot of things that like Adam said is like right wing talking points. It's fine to make songs that are like that are pissed about how much money you make. It's cool to write songs that are like anti-government, but it's the weirdest shit to be like, I wish
to pretend
politicians
it's not.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
I wish politicians would look out for minors and not just minors on an island somewhere. Bro, it doesn't even rhyme. Like you just want to talk about this whole thing. Lord, we got folks in the street ain't got nothing to eat and the obese milk and welfare.
Yeah.
Like, bro, shut up. It's insane. What are, like yeah. So I have a lot of thoughts about this song. I think there's in so many ways what he talked about. There's things that are not bad to talk about. I just think it's crazy that like it got picked up by the people it got picked up by, and anybody is shocked by that. Anybody is, there's definitely people who are like really far in one direction saying that he's talking about like a lot of like race stuff, and I'm like, I don't know if he is. You should watch the Fantano video about it. It's very interesting.
From what I've heard, having not listened to the whole thing, he's going down like basically a checklist of all the like talking points the Republican Party has had for the last like four decades.
It's more of that. It's more of that. He's not talking about like the Mason-Dixie line, which a lot of people think he is talking about. I mean, like it would be fucking horrible if he was, but I don't think
it would also not be shocking if he was though.
And he's talking about like the rich men north of Richmond. He's just talking about DC.
Right.
Like, he's not
that's literally what it is.
He probably thinks that's such a genius line. No one's ever said that one.
It's based on like another name that's a similar name than this one, I think, but I can't remember what it's called. But yeah, so it's something that like it's good for us to talk about. I don't really see why. Like I get why people like are kind of attached to parts of the song, but I do also think that it's like it doesn't need to. I think it needs to die.
And people are talking about his voice as though he has like a powerful voice like Chris Stapleton or something like that. But I don't think his voice is all that great.
Yeah, the video is him like in like a field, like in like a forest or whatever, like with a mic,
presumably in his backwoods.
Yeah, with a mic and a guitar, and he's like more or less like screaming, like country screaming and stuff. It's if someone told me that's like country emo, I'd be like, yeah, totally, I get that. Yeah. And it's a lot of the talking points are like you said, like the last 40 years of Republican talking points, but also like country music. Like it's like cool. Yeah. The country songs are like this. It's just a couple of those lines. I'm like, this is the cringiest thing you could have like find another way to put to say the things you're trying to say instead of just like, well, I'm just so mad they don't take care of us coal miners, but they got miners on an island somewhere.
It's like the Bob Dylan thing, but it kind of misses the point.
Yeah, exactly.
And like it's funny with all that stuff, like the disenfranchised artist and talking about the problems in America and then profiting off of that.
Yeah.
And going on tour and signing a record deal and like
I don't know. It's really interesting, but yeah, I don't know. I think that's pretty much all I want to say about this one. It's a big news item musically, so I think it's important we talk about it. But I don't want to give that guy more attention.
Too much attention.
He's already getting a lot. So
I have students that wanted to learn some of his songs.
Yeah,
and I'm like, they're all 4 chords and just him complaining. and the the students are young enough that they're like, this shit is so deep. I'm like, he's talking about fudge rounds, bro.
Yeah, it very much feels like something that was written by some kid in middle school who's like,
right.
I heard about Ronald Reagan and he was great. He was saving the country.
Yeah,
like
it's crazy. Well, I think that's all we got for news. Unless anybody's got anything else.
No,
I think that's enough news.
That's enough news.
Oh,
all right.
Maybe not. It's more just like TMZ type shit. But Zach Bryant, the newly famous country singer guy, got arrested in Oklahoma. Did you see that?
Yeah,
Did you see that?
I saw that.
No, I
His bodyguard.
I don't even know who that is.
He's blowing up right now.
I'm sure. I'm like about 20 weeks behind on most like music news.
That's
other
fine.
than the stuff we talk about here.
But Did you watch the video?
I just read a headline.
Yeah, his security guard got pulled over for speeding.
Yeah.
And in the video, it's from the police car, and it shows him pull up in his truck. They're on their way to Boston, and he lives in Oklahoma. So he pulls up next to the security guards, his bodyguard's SUV in his truck, and he gets out, and you can hear him talking to his bodyguard through the passenger side when he goes, "What's taking so long?" And the cop goes, "Sir, you're going to have to get back in your car." And he's like, "Why do I have to get back in my car? Why is this taking so long?" He's like, "You're interrupting a traffic violation
Traffic stop,
thing.
yeah.
You can either get back in your car or you'll go to jail." And he goes, "I'll fucking go to jail then."
I can write a song about this.
It was really funny.
That's so good.
Yeah, you should watch it. You should watch it.
Okay.
Watch the whole video.
Well,
What did Ian say? News is banned on social media here in Canada. Well, that's great.
it's probably a good thing.
Just all news.
That's awesome.
It's probably a good thing. Yeah. Yeah. Let's talk about what we're listening to. No more news. So
I have a feeling all of us have listened to at least one thing that I was going to mention.
I don't know.
Well, then you go first.
I think we have. If I think.
Okay.
ahead.
So Olivia Rodrigo has a new
Yeah.
album that came out.
Okay.
I haven't listened to it yet.
Which
Yeah. I
okay,
didn't-
so we listened to it.
Yeah.
I thought it was great.
I think it's awesome.
Lots of people. I saw people complaining about it. It's not like the same as the other album or whatever. It's a good album.
That second single was really good.
I think it's like, so I think it's the first song on it that has where she like screams on it. She doesn't do like metal
Yeah.
screaming. People are calling it like clean hardcore because she's just like doing like like that kind of
I
thing.
can kind of see that. Yeah.
And it's so fitting. It's so good.
Everything on it works though. It's good.
Yeah, it's a really, really great album. I think most people are gonna find maybe some they're gonna find some cringe in the lyrics for the most part, as it's a teenage girl.
I was
She's
about
20,
to say
but
it's fine if there is.
Yeah, I think it fits really well.
Yeah.
Like I think the one part that I cringe at is like, all right, you don't have to. I know you worked for Disney, but you don't gotta fucking put cuss words in between every little thing.
There was definitely an aspect of that, and the titles of the songs too.
Yeah, I was like, I have like young students that like her, and I'm like, the first song is All American Bitch, like
She's exercising her newly found edginess.
yeah, I which I musically I think is great.
Yeah, it's like when Taylor Swift discovered curse words.
true,
Yeah.
true, yeah.
She was 10 years older.
I've been listening to the new James Blake record. It's not for me, but it's really cool. It's called Playing Robots into Heaven. I guess he used to release a lot of like club and house music,
Oh,
and he just went back to that.
that's cool.
So it sounds really good, like the production, but I don't like the music really. I've also been listening to If You Find Yourself Floating Away by Matthew and the Arrogant Sea, kind of
That
nonstop,
sucks.
and it's really good.
That's
Heard
a
they're not good.
bummer.
And I've been going back into Sheryl Crow's discography, just because
Cool.
I feel like I would like her, and so far I do.
Nice.
Yeah,
I realized I had another one I didn't remember to mention, but Royal Blood's new album.
Haven't listened to it yet.
I haven't listened to it yet.
I
on purpose.
assumed all of us would have listened to it, but
Yeah.
No,
why,
I'll
why have
get
you
there.
not listened to it on purpose?
I still have a bad taste in my mouth from the live show because the front man was
Oh, that's
such
fair.
a dickhead.
That's
I'll
fair.
get there. It's on my list. I just haven't done it yet.
I think it's really great. Probably their best album
Okay.
for me.
that last album was fucking killer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I think
Alright.
it's
This is exciting.
All right,
there's
I'm
an
over it.
aspect where to me it's very obvious. They went on tour with Queens of the Stone Age,
Oh, they've always been connected to Queens,
right? But like it's even more obvious now,
Oh,
and in
That's cool.
the best ways that I like musically. So for me, it really works.
Nice.
Okay.
As we learned right before we started recording, listened to what I thought was something that was new, which is not.
It's actually 20 years old.
It's actually 20 years old.
I thought I was having a fucking hemorrhage, like a brain hemorrhage or something.
I don't know what happened to me, but there's an album called Someday, S-U-M Day, and then it's by a band called Granddaddy. And I was like, cool, let me listen to this. I think it's awesome. I really like it. I've been listening to it like on repeat for the last few days, and I think it's great. And I'm like, wow, well, it's been out for 20 years. I don't know what that it was.
I walked in and you were singing. I was like, I fucking know this song.
Presented to me as new music.
Yeah.
And,
I mean, again, we were talking about it before the show. Probably remastered, but
Yeah.
I
20 year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I that's one complaint I have still with streaming services is just like
it says 2003 on here. I don't know where I got this from.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
so
well,
maybe
then
it
that
just
might be on
got
you
to.
then.
Yeah. I don't know what happened to me. Anyway, so I think it's great. Also, you guys mentioned it last time, but the Echo the Diamond, Margaret Glaspie. I had listened to pieces of it before then, but it's I reiterate, fucking awesome.
It's so good.
It's such a good album. Yeah, absolutely incredible.
When does the Briston record hit?
Couple
of weeks?
Next week.
Yeah.
I believe. Not this Friday, but next Friday. Yeah.
I'm so excited for that.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. Cool. Anybody got anything else?
No.
I gotta pee so fucking
Yeah,
bad.
same.
Nice. Okay. Well, thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. We really appreciate it. If you haven't already, please follow, subscribe on every single thing. There's YouTube, there's podcast apps, there's social media, TikTok, Instagram. Don't Feed the Artist on Instagram, DFTA Podcast. Nope, DFTA Podcast on Instagram, Don't Feed the Artist on TikTok. And if you're watching the live stream, like it on YouTube. That helps us out a lot as well in the algorithm. If you have any topic ideas or if you want to say hello, email us at feedback@don'tfeedtheartist.com. That way we can see it. We can talk to you. You can also drop a DM on the socials. You can comment on the YouTube video. Tell us, hey, you should talk about this, and we'll say, fuck you. We'll talk about what we want to talk about.
We will talk about it. No.
We will talk about it.
We will.
We will. Yeah, Hagen won't.
We need ideas, man.
Listen. I'm just.
We can't keep having these meetings.
We didn't have a meeting. Yeah.
It's good to have meetings, all right? Listen, we gotta.
Is it?
Yeah.
Are you a Fortune 100 meeting person?
I think meetings are helpful. We can do it, but also, yeah, we want to hear from you guys. I'm saying, send us your ideas, and we'll see. We'll talk about it.
Do I need to go into the office for that meeting?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
shit.
Yeah, you need to come into the office. Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. So anyway, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. We really appreciate it. We appreciate you so much. We appreciate
Nice cock.
shit.
We appreciate nice cock.
That's crazy that happened. Oh my god.
How did that happen? It's like did somebody push a button?
Who put that in the soundboard?
Oh my god!
Who changed-
downloaded the audio and reprogrammed their soundboard?
Who changed my soundboard?
Do you have that hooked up to a Dropbox so we can just put stuff in?
I mean, you put the yodels though.
I did. I didn't know if you added them.
I haven't
but-
added them yet because I need to remove the other one and put all four other yodels you sent me.
We had to have some variety.
True.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening.
Fuck off! Get me in town!
See you Friday.
See you Friday.
Yeah, good point.